Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about three films. It's going to be Kill Bill Volumes 1 and 2, and then the 36th Chamber of Shaolin. So we're going to start off with Kill Bill Volume 1. And so this movie does not take place in chronological order. So the first thing that we see is a scene where we have the main character, and her name is not told in the movie, like in the first movie. So it begins with the main character getting shot in the head. And she's at church in what looks like a wedding, and we can assume that she's the bride. So that's what I'm going to refer to her as, the bride. So she gets shot. No, is it in the head? Yes, she gets shot in the head, and as a result, she goes into a coma for 4 years. And so then when she finally wakes up, she sets on a mission to kill her assassin's crew because they tried to kill her. And so first, the first person that the audience sees her kill, but it's not actually the first person that she does kill, is her name is Copperhead. So she goes to her house, and they're talking, and then they get into a fight, and then they have to pause because Copperhead's daughter is coming home from school, and so the bride obviously doesn't want the daughter to see that. So then they wait for her to for the daughter to go away. But she doesn't realize that the daughter was actually still watching. So she watched the bride kill Copperhead. And so in the same way that she wakes up from her coma and seeks vengeance for them trying to kill her, she tells Copperhead's daughter that when she's older, if she's still upset about it, she can go and look for vengeance at she can try to kill the bride as revenge for her killing her mom. So then a bunch of stuff happens, and then we skip to a scene where she finds out that one of the nurses in the hospital was raping her while she was in her coma. So as a result, now she goes back to kill him, and she steals his car. And then she goes to Okinawa to get a sword from a famous swords maker. His name is Hattori Hanzo. And so she gets a sword from him to kill this other guy named Cottonmouth, but she spares his friend because she wants the friend to deliver a message to Bill. And then at the end of the movie, it's revealed that because I think that she was pregnant, so it's revealed that her daughter was actually still alive, even though when she woke up, she was no longer pregnant and she didn't know what happened to her daughter. So the myth and ritual elements in this movie are honor, because even though she got shot, even though they shoot her while even though the movie begins with her, getting shot, even when she's in the coma, Bill doesn't want them to kill her because if she's in a coma, she can't defend herself, she can't fight for her life, so it's dishonorable. And then also in the scene with Copperhead, the bride herself, she doesn't want the daughter to see them fighting or to see her mother get killed because that's also dishonorable and rude. And there's also some mystery in the movie because the main character's name is not given to the audience. So it kind of gives it a sense of importance, why can't we know the name? So then we go to the next movie is Kill Bill Volume 2. And so this movie begins again with the main character, and we still don't know her name. So she's driving, and at the same time she's narrating what's happening. So we're told that she's already killed everyone, and now the last person she has left to kill is Bill. So first she tries to ambush Snake Charmer, which is Bill's brother, but he senses her coming, and so he's ready. So when she shows up, he shoots her in the chest, and then he buries her alive. But she had learned this special punch technique which allows her to punch her way out of the coffin and then unbury herself. So then while all of this is happening, Bill's brother, after burying the bride, he calls Elle Driver, and he tells her oh, I killed Beatrix, which is the bride's name. So he kills Beatrix, and he says that he has her Hattori Hanzo sword, and then Elle Driver, they decide to exchange it. So she wants the sword, and then Bill's brother would get $1 million. But Elle hides a snake in the money, which ends up killing Bill's brother. So then Beatrix, now that she's out, she's unburied herself, she surprise attacks Elle Driver, and they fight. And Elle tells Beatrix that she killed Pai Mei because she was upset that she had like taken her eye out, but that angers Beatrix even more. So then she takes her other eye out and then just leaves her to die, which is so ridiculous. And then after that, Beatrix, she goes to Mexico in attempts to ambush Bill, but when she gets there, she sees that Bill actually has her daughter. So now she learns that her daughter is still alive, so that throws her off. So then they put her, after they put the daughter to bed, Beatrix, after they put the daughter to bed, they have like this long conversation, but Bill, he gives Beatrix truth serum because he doesn't think that she's gonna like tell the truth. And then she does this thing which she learned from Pai Mei, which is like super rare, called the 5-point heart exploding technique. And so after she does that, Bill just kind of accepts his fate, takes his 5 steps, and dies. And then after that, Beatrix and her daughter, whose name is Bibi, they just leave and start a new life together. So the myth and ritual aspects of this movie, Pai Mei is very ritualistic, and we can see in the scene where her and Beatrix are training that she's like, she wants, like in a ritual, like things have to happen a certain way in order for the ritual to work or for the ritual to be right. And that same way, Pai Mei wants Beatrix to do everything like a certain way, even down to the way that she like eats. And Pai Mei is seen as like a super powerful character. Another myth and ritual element is like the truth serum, because that's not real. It's not real. Truth serum? Yeah. So it's like another element of myth, because there's no such thing as a serum that makes you tell the truth. Another element of myth and ritual is the 5-point heart exploding technique, because it's like a technique where literally you just like kill somebody without like actually killing them. So that's also not real. And then we also see some yin and yang between Beatrix and Bill. Even though they like don't get along and they're opposites, because of the daughter, they're still intertwined. So that's like kind of like the sign, you know, they like, there's a little bit of one inside of the other. So then we move to the next movie, which is the 36th Chamber of Shaolin. So this movie begins with the main character joining a rebellion against the government, but the government like does not tolerate like the rebellion, and they just kill everybody's friends and family. So motivated by revenge, the main character wants to join the chambers, and he changes his name to Sante. So in 6 years, he's able to go through all 35 of the temples in order and successfully learn Kung Fu. And his dream is to like start a new temple. He wants to begin the 36th temple, which would just allow like people to be able to learn Kung Fu in order like to be able to defend themselves. But he has to get banished first in order for him to be able to go and get the revenge that he like initially joined Kung Fu for. And then after he gets the revenge, he actually is able to build the 36th temple for people. No. Oh yes. Okay. I don't know if that's gonna be in my video, but I got like a low battery thing and I thought my whole video was gonna be canceled, but we're good. Yeah, so he's able to build the 36th temple, which was what he wanted to do. And then myth and ritual elements. So there is ritual in the movie, which is like, in order to properly learn Kung Fu the way you're supposed to learn it, you have to go through all 35 of the temples successfully in order. And there's also a lot of Buddhism, like elements of Buddhism in the movie. And I don't know, like myth, I would say it's like the speed and like his ability to go through all 35 temples in like only 6 years is like kind of like unrealistic. So I guess that's kind of mythical. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.